Today, I woke up and experienced a mini ADHD meltdown that was completely preventable. But instead, I decided to go through it with my daughter, and it was a learning experience for both of us. So we are going to talk about it today because these ADHD meltdowns, they happen all the time. They're usually over really small things that don't matter much in the grand scheme of things, but they're these many things that happen, and when they add up, then it can really lead to some negative self-talk. And especially for young minds, we're trying to teach our kids how to regulate, and when you can't self-regulate, it makes it really hard to parent well and successfully. So let's talk about what happened and what was the spark and the trigger that really set me off this morning. It started with missing the bus. What set me off is from start to finish. In my head, my daughter was catching the bus. We live approximately 10 minutes away from her middle school. We are 2 months into a new school schedule for us. She has to catch the bus in our neighborhood, dressed and ready to go for a day of learning at 7 a.m., which in my book is way too effing early for anyone. Like, no one should be awake at that time. We are not meant to function. We are like trying to row upstream without a paddle. We are like no gas in the tank. So anyway, I'm getting her ready for school. In my head, she's going to catch it. She has the ability to catch it. I've even done everything. Usually I set things on autopilot where I have made her lunch the night before. We have talked about what she's going to wear. I bring the food to her up in her bedroom because it is so hard for her to get organized in this way, where I was like, I'm going to save you some steps. You don't even have to come downstairs. Here's the food. So these are the things that we're doing. I get her out of bed. She is in the bathroom. She's chit-chatting with me like she has all the time in the world. Bless her. But at the same time, her inattentive ADHD, she has no concept of time. No concept of time. And at the same time, I'm like, honey, that's great. Tell me in the car. Tell me in the car is just what I say. And I'm like, no talking. And it is 5 minutes before the bus is going to come. She is trying to lace up the shoes, and we're going to get in the car. I look at the clock and it is 6:58. My heart is pumping. I'm sitting right where I am now. I'm starting to drive. I'm like, we got this. Like, there's no one on the road. We are going to make it to this bus stop and we are going to have a good day. I'm actually quite shocked she's in the car at 6:58. And I'm like, doobie-doobie-doo. She's like happy as can be. We pull up to the bus stop and the bus is just rolling onto the street. Yellow lights are flashing. The line of kids are getting ready. And I'm like, go, go, go. And this is where my anxiety as well as my ADHD that's like, great, we made it. Like, here's the deadline. You're great. You're gonna have a good day. And she's getting out of the front seat, kind of like willy-nilly. And I'm like, go, go. Like, what are you doing? She goes to run to get her backpack and her little like laptop thing that she has. And she's like, I'm not going to make it, Mom. And I start to see her slow down. And I'm like, no, you're going to make this bus because the bus is right there and it's available and I pay taxes and it's right there. And she just stops trying to get out the car. Stops. She's just like, nope, game over, Mom. Like, the ship has sailed. And meanwhile, I still see the yellow lights flashing and I still see kids starting to walk to the bus not far from where we're parked. And then I say the words, fine. And when someone says that and in that way, you are not fine. Actually, the world is on fire and you basically just made the biggest mistake of your life. And I just breathed. She comes into the car. She's very quiet. And I think she is suddenly the smallest person in the world. And she just says in the smallest voice, Mom, I'm really sorry. And I'm just breathing quietly right next to her. And I know that the silence in the moment is not good, but I'm worried what I'm going to say if I were to open my mouth and say something judgmental or something that I'm going to regret during the day. Because no matter what, we don't want to send our kids to school with this pit in their stomach, because my daughter is the type of kid that will run through that script all day. And I'm like, I can't send her to school like this, but I just need to focus on my breathing and bring my nervous system to a calm place. She changes the subject timidly, and we carry on with our day. One rule that I have is if I know it's a small potatoes situation, like not catching the bus, at the end of the day, it was an extra 12 minutes out of my day to spend with my daughter to send her off to school. I don't hold grudges. We don't hold grudges because one, that is manipulative and it is not a positive way to communicate. But I also needed to have a moment where I was allowed to be frustrated. So I drove her to school and I said, I love you, honey. Do you know what you need to do in order to get ready for X, Y, and Z today? And she's like, yes, Mom. And I was like, okay, great. Have a great day. And I will see you at the end of the day. And then she went off. But now this is the point where I play my soundtrack during the whole day and I try to figure out what the hell went wrong and how I can try to make it better next time. The second that I pulled away from school, I knew that I went into the morning with a very low emotional tank. Kind of going back to that gas analogy, I'm like, yep, could have done that better. Could have been a teachable moment, and it can still be a teachable moment because we can always revisit hard conversations or things later in the day and apologize for how we acted after we've had time to reflect on it. So this is where it doesn't start in the morning. It really starts the night before. So let's take a deep dive, shall we? And go through the list of all the ways that we got there and why I wasn't set up to be a great gold star parent in the moment. Number 1, I got a crappy night's sleep. I have a sleep app and it said, hey, you went to bed and you got a 63% score. That's failing. I failed at sleep. Look at the circles. I am no makeup today. I'm just like, ooh. So yeah, there is absolute scientific fact that those of us with ADHD really struggle when we don't get a good night's sleep. I don't want to be like, who's sicker? Like, who does worse? Like, there's a lot of data that shows that kids with ADHD and you are dopamine seeking, like if you don't get a good night's sleep, like it makes your symptoms extra worse. So bad night's sleep. She had to stay up late working on an assignment, and because I was helping her, then it pushed my schedule back. And so we both got to bed later than we should have. So that was mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 was the fact that I snoozed. So did I jump right out of bed when my alarm was going off? Nope. Have I been after myself to be like, Heidi, you're a grown-ass adult and you should get out of bed and stop snoozing? Also, yes. But yeah, the reality is I snoozed and I put off things, which then made me force my daughter to rush. Should my daughter jump out of bed? That would be great, but she's not going to. So I need to really make sure that we are both waking up earlier. Isn't there like a quote that like Einstein was like, to expect change while doing the same thing over and over again is like madness or something? And it's like, yeah, like you have to change the variables in order to actually make it happen. So we need to get up earlier. Also, by the time that this happened, I need to be completely honest with y'all that I have been putting off a lot of self-care. The day before, I just had a very unproductive day. I just felt very like blah, like I couldn't get myself up and going. Executive functioning tasks were really, really hard for me. My hand's getting tired. Hold on. On top of it, I didn't take care of myself. So like I felt gross. I didn't get a shower yet. I hadn't brushed my teeth. I was in my pajamas and like crappy pajamas, not like the cute ones. And so by the time that my daughter missed the bus on purpose, I was just pissed. Like I was at empty. And so the second that I got home after driving my daughter home and I was reflecting and I was like, girl, you need to go upstairs and you need to take a shower, and like a good shower, not like a rush shower. And you know what I mean. We're going to take longer than 8 minutes. And I plucked my eyebrows. I put one of those like things under my eyes to make them look nicer. I blow dried my hair and I straightened it today. And I said, Heidi, you need to feel like a person. I put on a cute outfit and I brushed my teeth. I ate a big breakfast and I, at that point, had been fully caffeinated. And my son, when he woke up at 7:30, got a drastically different and nicer, well-prepared mom. And I said, man, that sucks. Like, that sucks that my daughter gets the worst part of me at that point. Like, I try to make up for it after school where I'm just like the fun mom. We have a snack. Like, I talk about her day, but we need to make it better because no one wants to be sent off to work or anything where they worry that their mom is pissed at them because they messed up. And that's the thing. So my action items, I got to wrap this up because I have to go to a Halloween parade. Hence my car chronicle. But my action items is I'm going to sit down with my daughter. Number one, it's never too late to apologize, to say, I'm sorry, I was frustrated this morning, but here's why I was frustrated. I should have communicated that to you. How can we both work together in order to get out the door in a fun way, in a peaceful way, and that we feel good and confident? On certain days of the week, it's the expectation we're getting on that bus, or it's a time thing. If it is 6:45 and we are not out of the bathroom at that point, I'm driving you. Also, I think that really trying to talk to her honestly about how I only have so many more years with you to learn how to get out of bed and make sure that you have what you need for the day to be successful. Sure, I'm a stay-at-home mom now, or I have a job that has flexibility, so I'm there in the morning and I can body double her, but how much of that is enabling versus actually helping? I'm hoping that by walking through the steps with her and showing her how fast she needs to go through certain things can be helpful to almost set it on autopilot. Like, this is a habit. Like, after I go to the bathroom, I wash my hands, I take my medicine, I'm getting changed into my clothes that I've laid out for myself the night before. So I'm hoping that by body doubling her, she learns this pattern so she can go on autopilot. But again, those ADHD brains, as a kid, before your frontal cortex is fully developed at 26, you're about 2 years behind your peers. So I have to remind myself that she might need some extra time to catch up to her peers. But also, I as a parent should not be completely catering to that to try to challenge her to meet those skills. But here's the kicker: without shame. So if we have to, whatever we have to do in order to help, that is something I'm really committed to. And because no one should feel shame while they're learning these skills, while they're learning kind of the process of how to wake up in the morning. I even struggle with it at 38 years old. And so how can I expect an 11-year-old to do it at the same level that I can? I'm hoping that because with an ADHD mind, you end up thinking that if it's a crisis, I'll get it done. So I always try to gamify it, but she is not one to be rushed. So I have a feeling that the answer is we need to wake up earlier, maybe take her medicine a little earlier so it starts kicking in, but also just giving each other grace and flipping the mindset. If she misses the bus, it means I get 10 extra minutes with my awesome daughter before school, and I just need to let it go. All right, that's it. I have to go bring an oversized Halloween decoration for my son to wear in a parade, and hopefully he doesn't blow away. Happy trick-or-treating for those who celebrate, and I'll see you in the next video.